Um, they didn't cancel it. It's just they decided 15 years was enough. But it's the absolute best show on TV. I've watched every episode at least 5 times
But
for the last
what? At least
15 years.
5 times?
Oh yeah, it's the best. It's the
Really?
best show on television by
I thought that
by
was
far.
a show for like teenagers or
It
something.
is.
Well, it kind of is.
It is a
But I
good
was a
show.
teenager when I started watching it. You see, so
No, you weren't.
No,
Not
you
that.
were not.
I
It.
was I was in my 30s.
I was. Shit. How old was I when it started? 15 years.
Yeah, 15 years
So I was 11.
probably.
I was 11. Is that math?
Yeah, you were 11. You're 26. You look like shit, man.
No, I'm 28. That's not math.
Well, you look like shit anyway.
Yeah.
So no, you were you were 13. If
Yeah,
I'm
13.
correct. Well, we are talking about for the chat. We are talking about Supernatural, right?
Yes, Supernatural. Supernatural. Best show on television. I'm so sad that it's ending. I'm so sad. Sam and Dean have been fighting supernatural things for the last 15 years, and tonight it comes to an end.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good show when I watched it, but to say it's the best show on television,
Yeah. It is.
Okay, if I were to watch the show now, does it look old? I mean, the first season, are they like terrible? Because
The first
you have
the
no
first I'm sorry, go ahead.
no. When you watch, if you today you want to watch Seinfeld or Friends, it is not a problem because you don't have any effects, VFX or anything like that. But in Supernatural, you have like science fiction, right?
Yeah, I mean, the special effects aren't like out of this world, you know, but the storyline about Sam and Dean is so good. That's what I like about it.
well,
Okay.
Nashef is like one of those Doctor Whovian people.
Yes. I was
If
going
you
to say that.
if you can get into that, you can absolutely get into Supernatural for
Okay.
sure.
I'll give it a chance because happens to me. I started watching Doctor Who not from the beginning. It's 50 years old.
you
50.
can't.
Okay, 50. You can't. So I started, I don't know, like 6 years ago. I watched all the seasons and then start moving backwards. And it was weird when you watch the old Doctor Who's. The effects are so bad. The plot is amazing. The story is amazing. It's written so perfectly.
Doctor
But
Who was
Yeah.
the
never a
effects.
show that was really like effects forward. Like it was more about.
No.
I don't get British humor, but like they had that like British humor to the show.
It's nerdy, super nerdy. You don't need to see a huge effect. It's more what they create behind the effect, behind the story, and all the paradox, time traveling, and all that shit. That is so good.
The only
Love it.
what was the other show you were talking about you got into?
Now I'm watching The Crown. Now,
what the
it
fuck?
has nothing, but it's also British,
Why do you like British shit? What
and
does
the
it do
actor is
for
the
you?
same one than because they have really good series.
No, I don't think they do. I don't think I like any British show.
Dude.
No. I like shit like to me the best show of all time is Breaking Bad. And then Better Call Saul is pretty good.
Yeah,
And-
it is good.
But I think we mainly watch like a lot of sitcoms. Like we watch the same sitcoms over and over. Like How I Met Your Mother, New Girl. New Girl is a pretty funny show.
Oh no, I don't like it.
That's a
I
pretty funny
tried
show.
to watch that.
I
Have you watched
cannot-
Broadchurch? Sorry, forgot. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I despise sitcoms now. I cannot sit and watch a sitcom. The canned laughter is just too much. I cannot
it's-
take it.
These
The
don't
last
have
the
that.
last the last sitcom that I watched that I actually liked was Seinfeld, and after that, it was just like
No,
no more.
you have to watch How I Met Your Mother and The Office. You have to watch The Office. The Office is
What-
amazing.
But
That's
The
my
Office-
favorite sitcom.
But
They
The
don't
Office
have
doesn't
laugh
have
tracks.
canned laughter.
Yeah, none of those have laugh tracks. Unless I haven't noticed it. I don't think How I Met Your Mother has one, do they?
No, I don't
I don't
think
think so.
so.
I like Parks and Rec. I think Parks and Rec
Oh,
is better
yes.
than The Office. I know that.
No,
Yeah,
dude,
I do.
No,
I do. I think so.
no, you gotta say that. You gotta
I
say
did.
that.
I already did.
Okay, first, Parks and Recs is the style is based on The Office.
But The
Modern
Office
Family,
is
the
based
style
off
of
of a British
talking to the
show.
fourth wall. Yes, I'm talking about The Office. I didn't say The Office US version.
Oh,
The
you
Office.
like the British one? Of course you do.
I like the American one. I think Steve Carell is incredible
Steve
in that series.
Steve Carell, yeah, he's funny, but like to me, I think that they had better characters in Parks and Rec. I think the characters.
Thank you, Deftones.
Deftones. The Office is the best show in the
Deftones,
entire world.
yes,
That's
yes.
a shame. I used to like him. I don't think so.
I don't know. I just couldn't get into the premise of a guy coming in with a video camera, just like doing interviews with people in the office. It didn't make any sense.
No, but it's not that.
It's
You
good when
forget
they have
about
good
that.
characters, like in Parks and Rec.
Mm.
No, in The Office, the complicity with the camera and even the love story in The Office is so nice. It's perfect. Perfect, man. And talking about British series, you should watch Broadchurch.
What is that? Never even
It's
heard
a
of these.
crime style of series. It's really good. Broadchurch.
Ah,
I like some of those British crime kind of things.
I don't know. I'm all over the place. I like to watch like funny shit, and I really like I like comedy more than anything, but I can get into like making a murder type stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like
yeah, definitely.
The murder stuff really gets blood pumping to certain areas for me.
My wife loves those shows. I hate it.
Oh,
I don't like it.
I hate Law and Order. I hate Law and Order. I hate anything like that. Yeah, can't stand it.
See,
No.
Hate it.
I don't either. I can't stand it.
It's I don't know why those are so popular. And Law and Order, I will take this to the grave. Those people are terrible actors. Or at least
Of
they
course
are
they
on
are,
that
yeah.
show. They might be great actors and other stuff, but on that show, that is the worst fucking acting I've ever seen. It's so unbelievable.
But it is like a weekly show, and I think that they try to make so many episodes, and it's basically franchise at this point. They have
Yeah.
Law and Order in every city, that they don't spend the time with the actor and coaching the actors for each scene, and end up being like, okay, let's move on and do another episode.
Well, it's like
Yeah, because it's the same damn thing every week.
there's something to me where like something gets wrapped up in an hour and it's like a big case. It feels numbing, and I don't like that. Like making a murderer and all the true crime stuff.
Mindhunter.
Hunter.
Mindhunter.
I thought you
I
said
like that one.
Oh,
I thought you
I
said hi,
love that
Hunter.
No,
fucking show.
Hunter is not there.
I
was like,
love that
sweet.
show. I heard it was getting
It's a good
canceled.
Yeah, I heard it got canceled too. I never got into it, which now
Why?
I'm glad because I want to get into it. I can actually feel like I can catch up. My all-time
It's
favorite
good.
show right now is Black Mirror. It's so good. I fucking love it.
But it's different. But it's that serious.
It's a series, but you can jump into any episode. It's basically like a short film. So
Yeah, it's Twilight Zone.
yeah, pretty much. It's like a darker, more dramatic version of it. The one with Miley Cyrus is the best fucking episode. It's so fucking good. It has everything. It has humor. It's surreal. It's a good. That was a great fucking episode.
I think
Have
the
you
Dog
watched?
55 though has it right. Sanford and Son. That's the
What the
best.
fuck
What?
is that? Isn't that a band?
You don't know what Sanford and Son is?
No.
No.
Oh my God, you're such a baby.
Oh, I'm thinking of Mumford and Sons. What the fuck is Sanford and Sons?
You have no clue what Sanford and Sons is.
No.
What was his name? Oh my gosh. Not was it wasn't Red Skelton? No, that wasn't it.
No
What
idea.
was his name?
No idea.
You have no. Okay, never mind. It's
I
too
don't know.
old, guys.
But what is
Oh,
it
It's
about?
too old for y'all to even. It's about an old black man and his son, and they run a junkyard.
That's Making a Murderer.
That's
I
This
swear.
is like this is like in the 70s, guys.
Oh, well, I think that murder happened in the 70s.
okay, but wait. You haven't watched any British show. What about Sherlock? Have you watched
I tried.
Sherlock?
I don't think it's good. It's
Do you
for
have
me.
anything against? Do you have something against British people?
I thought I made that pretty clear before. Yeah. I mean, I like Top Gear. Top Gear was good to me. But I like that kind of shit. Top Gear was but I still didn't really find the humor that good. It's just,
Top Gear is not the show where they show cars.
Yeah, I like it. I like that.
It's not. That is not like a series. It's not like a story.
No, but I answered the question. You asked me if I like any British shows, and that's
But
one.
it's like saying yes, I like a Bake Off. It's like
Never watched it. Might be good.
you should. Yeah, the photography is really good. You should watch it.
I'll give it a shot. I could.
Well, the thing, my point when we were talking about The Crown is it's amazing how much story they have when we in the new continent think about history. It's like what 500 years ago. That's our history.
Yeah.
When you think about England and Europe, it's crazy. How much wars, how much presidents, kingdoms. Is
Yeah. But
Dude.
that's-
we are in
like-
diapers.
Peaky Blinders and shit like that. Like I can't get into that either. Was that
Kind of like that show, but I never finished it. It kind of got too, I don't know, too complex. I love the music in it.
My dad likes that show.
Mhm.
But my dad likes anything that looks old. Like he'll watch is it TMC or Turner?
TMC.
Classic Movie.
Yeah, TCM. Is that what it is?
TCM.
I like MASH, but that's like it. Like for shit that's like old. I love MASH. MASH was a great show. Max Klinger, pretty sure I could have been named after him.
Oh God. Okay, so
Okay.
are we going to talk about TV shows for the rest of the podcast?
Good.
This is why we
We need
to
another
start-
podcast. We
That's
should
what I'm saying.
have another podcast to talk about shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Great
I've
idea.
been telling you for the
Max-
longest time.
Max wants to do another podcast.
Yeah, I got
I
a
know
name,
he's crazy. He's
name,
fucking
No.
crazy.
an art.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
no, we are not, Max.
Yeah,
Don't
we
let
are.
him do it.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can.
Why? Not it to me.
I have control
I
over
need a
that.
life, man.
No, you don't.
I know. You know that I cannot say no.
That's the best part. So
Yeah.
we're gonna be doing it, and you're gonna get over it.
What?
All right, guys. We'll save it for another show, which will be premiering
Okay.
pretty soon. From the
No.
sounds of things.
In
It's
what
not.
season 85 maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are like Doctor Who.
We're the longest.
What are we
running
going to
show.
talk about?
Oh, we're talking about calculators, man. You know, the Texas
The
model,
Casio.
yeah, talking about calculators.
Texas
today.
Instruments.
Texas Instruments. That's what. Oh, you gave me this, but there's no link. Oh, okay. So
Oh, there is
we
a link
talked-
to something?
no, I thought there was a link in there. Oh, I fucked up.
Oh,
So
no.
as far as calculators go, how many are there? I'm aware of 3 that are functional and that people use. I'm sure there's others.
Online 3. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's
yeah.
there's many more than 3 online. I have searched many different sites. But the ones that are, I think, most known are all the flavors, VC Cal, and e-liquid recipes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Those are the 3 most popular.
E-liquid recipes, like I feel like most people, once they get on there, they don't venture out really. Like those people are embedded into that entire.
But I think
site.
that is valid for any of those sites. I've been working a lot in all the flavors, and it's really hard for me to do the transition to something like VisiCalc.
Yeah.
I don't get used to it.
But let's talk about why. Because if I were to pick my favorite one, it's going to be all the flavors, which is sad because it's not that good. You gotta pay for it, and it's cheap, and I'd say like out of like 80% of the time it works okay, right? There was like a month and a half it didn't work.
Yeah, but when I think why do I like all the, because I'm in the same situation. I like all the flavors the most. When I think why, I think it's just a design matter. It's the aesthetics of the site. It's very clean.
It's clean.
It's easy to use. It's very easy to find flavorings, at least when you get used to it. But there is not a lot of new features. It's not offering too much for a paid service.
There's a lot of features, but most of them aren't functional.
Yeah, I would have to say that all the flavors, the concept, the idea behind all the features that it has on there was absolutely a genius way to put it together. Because before all the flavors existed, really the only one was e-liquid recipes, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As far as I knew.
Yeah.
And I'm not knocking on ELR, but all the flavors just made the look of it, the feel of it. You know how when you look at a web page and you just like it and you don't know why.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's the look of it just feels right. All the features that it offers were phenomenal. I mean, you could create your own contest if you wanted to. When it first came out, you just hit a button and create a contest for people to submit recipes and stuff to. That don't work anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Right.
Yeah.
you could put tags in your recipes. That doesn't work anymore. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
love
but
that.
But all the features that it had was genius to put all that together. The only problem is they don't work now.
The things that
And also,
go ahead.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, the reason why all the flavors is so nice to work on is because it's minimal, it's clean, everything's centered. The database and the searching functions are they're unmatched by any of the other ones. That's huge for me. That, like, being able to type stuff in and immediately, that is such a small thing that makes a huge difference. And that's hard to
Because okay, the main function of the website is to enter flavorings in a spreadsheet or in a form.
Right.
So if that part is not good, it's not user friendly, you're ruining the main feature you need, you know. So when I go to all the flavors and I write part of the flavoring or whatever I need and I have it immediately, makes the job so much easy.
Oh yeah, for sure. Just those little things.
Mhm.
Right.
But now, I think ELR does that too. You know, when you're creating a recipe, it'll come up. Not
Kinda.
always with not always with the correct one, because I believe users can put in
Adam.
their, yeah, add them right,
Right.
and
Yeah.
sometimes they don't put them in right,
Or you
which
have
is
the same flavoring with different names a lot of times.
right.
Or if you want to enter a Flabora flavoring, you have to write Flabora.
Yeah, I
Come
hate
on.
that. I hate that. That's so stupid. You can put in Flavora, you can put in FLV, you could just put whatever into all the flavors and it spits it right out and it's there. And from there, you can click on that flavor and see other recipes and sort by other shit. All the flavors that used to be better. Is it worth the price tag? Probably not. But
No,
the
no.
things that do work on it work better than any other site, in my opinion.
When it works. When it
When it
works,
works.
Right.
it's beautiful.
Right.
But when it works,
But
that's the problem with all the flavors.
VC Calc has a lot going for it. To me, if I were to rank them, all the flavors is like just a touch better than VC Calc, but I can't really make the switch to VC Calc because I'm with the same way that people are embedded into that ELR website.
Mhm.
I'm like that with all the flavors, so I have a tough time kind of merging over, and I can't
It's
use
like
ELR.
moving. It's like moving from Mac to Android or something like that.
Yeah, it's
It's tough
just
to get out of the ecosystem.
right.
But if you were a new mixer just coming on the scene, or maybe you've only been mixing for a while, and say you only have like maybe 100 flavors or something, do you think it would be better for somebody to go straight to the VC calculator and not even mess with all the
Mhm.
flavors?
I mean, yeah, probably. I mean, I would
Yeah, because
probably
it's
recommend it.
yeah, because it's free.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's a shame that there's not that kind of singularity where like everybody's posting stuff to a different area. Like some people post to ELR, we post to all of them now,
Yeah.
but that's a lot of fucking work.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it doesn't seem like it's that much work. It's a lot of work when you have an entire list of other things you have to do. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a lot of work. If it was just one
Yeah.
task and you're personally making something, yeah, we'll just throw it on all the
Okay.
sites, but that's tough.
I have a question for you. Assuming that they all work okay, and the function of searching for flavorings is okay in all of them, what do you think that are the features that would make you do the switch from one website to another?
They gotta look like all the flavors for me. Like that, where everything's centered, everything's spaced out, it's easy to read, the color scheme, everything about the design, the aesthetic of all the flavors, that's what beats it for me because it's easy
Yeah.
to see all that.
And it's even easy on the developing process to have everything clear
Mm-hmm.
in center with the right space between each flavoring, so it's not like a mess of information.
Yeah.
When you're thinking about flavorings, what can I use? What should I do now? When you have too much information on the screen, it's like really hard to do it
Mhm.
Yeah.
in terms of design.
To to me, like ELR is nothing really stands out, so it's a little bit harder. I have to like look at it more intensely, which I just all the flavors. All I have to do is glance at it from like a couple feet away because I
Yeah.
usually mix over here and I have it on this monitor and I can just glance at it and I can see the whole thing. I know where everything is. On if I try to mix something on ELR, I'm like, what? I gotta fucking do all and the adapting the recipes is just like it's not hard, but it's an extra step that I feel like it's easier on all the
Yeah.
flavors.
Yeah, it's not as intuitive.
Yeah. And in ELR, their search function is awful, and a lot of that has to do with their background, their the database on the back
Database.
end. Yeah, it's difficult.
Messy.
Yeah,
It's messy.
It's cluttered.
Yeah.
But if somebody is used to that, you know, and they don't mind it and they've been with it for years, to them it's probably intuitive. I mean, they know exactly how to do it. So I guess it just depends on where you come from. The thing that I particularly don't like about ELR is that, to me, it has the look and feel of a forum.
Yeah.
ELR.
You know?
Yeah.
It has that feel to it. It's just not pretty, I guess. It's not laid out correctly.
Yeah.
That's what I like about all the flavors. The biggest thing that I like about all the flavors is that how, when somebody comes out with a new recipe, and a couple people mix it up and they review it and people rank it and stuff, it has a list of like, okay, these are some really good recipes. You should probably mix them up. Those, those 4. You know, for the week or for the 2 weeks, whatever. That's very helpful to some people. With ELR, it's like you just have a list.
Yeah, exactly. And when you see in ELR, that's from a design perspective. When you see the main screen, you have like a lot of recipes, like a list of recipes, very long list of recipes with all the information about the recipe. And when you see the entire screen, it's just words.
Yeah.
No, it's not information. It's words.
Nothing like pushes you to click on it. Where all the flavors, when you go to that, it's there.
And then when you go to make a recipe, it goes from that wide screen with a lot of information to a very narrow screen.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Very tiny screen where you have to put the flavor in and scroll to enter everything.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
It's weird.
Slushy says that I like all the flavors because I'm on top. That's not the reason why I like it.
No.
But the thing that I like about listing those 4, I mean, everybody has to admit that in the mixing world, there's always been this friendly competition between mixers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and when you're competing against people to try to get to the top of the list or somewhere on the list where people can see your recipes, that drives people to make better recipes. I think that's very important.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that was the point of all the flavors too, with doing that.
Yeah.
Because people were paying for it, so it was more like a personal portfolio to put out your best work and mainly finished stuff. So ELR seems like a place to just put stuff up there, just dump it.
Dump stuff. Yeah.
It's a phone book, you know?
Yeah. It's your like little recipe Rolodex, you know? It's there just for like it's the judgment free zone to me. It's just like
you know, in ELR there is no incentive or punishment or whatever you want to call it to make a recipe public or private. In all the flavors, when you make a recipe public, it's because you really think it's good. In ELR, you just put it there with the bunch.
Yeah, and it's gonna probably die there because for the same reason. That's the problems I think with ELR, because when you put something up there, it's so easy to get bogged down and lost in the entire site. It's just all the reasons that we've said. It's so there's no reason to click on anything because you have no information about it.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, all you have is the name, the date, and the rating. And I don't even think those work that well.
Well, and where do you think is VisiCalc in that fight? In what we have been talking, for me, it's in the middle. It's trying to be a little bit of both in terms of design and layout and user interface.
It's like to me, it's in the middle, but like it's not really a fair fight because I think ELR is just so far behind, and VC Calc has the potential to beat out all the flavors if it was designed a little bit better and the database was better.
Mhm.
But they'd have to fix that, and that's quite the undertaking to do.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah, it's
enough for
hard.
me to switch.
And what about the other features? Like, for example, for me in all the flavors, when I decided to go and pay all the flavors, it was the having the stash organized that I could back up that stash, and also the cost of the flavorings to know how much that recipe was the cost of that recipe.
Yeah.
The problem with all the flavors that they never did anything with it is that if you want to change the price, for example, in any other country than the US, unless you put the prices in US dollars, if you need to change all Capella, the price in all the Capella flavorings, you have to go one by one and change it.
Right. Right.
And that sucks.
Yeah.
You do it importing the database and then exporting the database with the changes, but that never worked.
Right. Also, adding flavors to your when you get a lot of flavors in, it can be pretty. It's a pretty big task to add all those, or if you're relying on that, so you don't have to shuffle through everything you have, and you're backing up your stash, your inventory on all the flavors. It's a lot easier to do that when you're only picking up like 10 things at a time. But if you're picking up like 20, 30, 50 things, which sometimes we do, that's a lot. And some things can get lost, or you click the wrong one or whatever. It can be a lot. It can be really difficult
But
to do.
in our case, or in any case, when you have more than 1,000 flavorings, the flavorings I have are those that all the flavors tell me that I have. If there is a mistake in that database, I would assume I don't have it. If it is like an obscure flavoring, I'm not saying cap sugar cookie. But if you tell me, hey, do you have Wonder Flavors molasses? Or I don't know, something like that, something you don't use all the time. If all the flavors tell me, no, you don't have it, I would say, no, I don't have it.
Yeah, I'm just
it.
not even going to look for it in my stash, on my shelves, because I know I don't have it. Because every time when I get flavors in, that's the first thing that I do. I'll go through them and see which are new ones, which are re-ups, and just set them, set the ones that I haven't put into the database yet. And that's the first thing I do. I put them in there, so I know that I've got them. I don't know how have y'all messed with VC calculator, like importing recipes or flavors or anything like that?
Not really.
No. I tried to create recipes there, and I didn't have much luck.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as easy to do.
Yeah, I don't know how you add to your flavor stash, but they have a flavor stash, obviously. I haven't tried to do that yet though. I have imported our recipes, and that was pretty easy.
Yeah,
that was pretty easy.
Yeah. My problem with VC Calc was that I was making a new recipe. And when you make a new recipe, sometimes you have different versions of that recipe. So I always number. I have a system to number the recipes and the batches. I was making the recipe. I finished the recipe. I click save the recipe. It didn't say anything. I assume it was saved. And I move on to another batch. And it wasn't saved because you have to. I didn't know if it was that you need to put a tag, or you need to put something in the description, or you need to put something somewhere, or otherwise it's not saved. Yeah. And when you're doing batches of the same recipe, you don't put a description, a tag, or whatever in every version you make. No. Just click save.
Yeah, also there's another feature that I think is only really well utilized on all the flavors, is that common percentage that other people use it. I know it's on other people's, but I don't trust it. You know, when
ELR has a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust it. I've seen it before, and I don't normally agree with it. I'm like,
Do you know why? Because the same that thing that not everybody makes a recipe public.
right.
In ELR is making that average out of thousands of recipes that were just trying to be something,
Right.
trying alpine strawberry at 6%,
Right.
because why not, so that number is going into that average. When the good thing is that you have that average when you enter the flavoring right away. But yeah, what you said, how do you trust it?
I can't
Well-
trust it because there's a lot of people that on there don't know what they're doing, and then it skews it like wildly.
Yeah, I never go by like the recommended percent. Although I do, like if I've never used a flavor, I go to all the flavors and look and see what people are using it at. But I also look at the recipes that's listed under that
Right.
and see what type of profiles that they were going for, because you may want to use a flavoring as an accent note, wherein most of the recipes where it's used is the main note,
Right.
where the percent's going to be much lower if you're just at an accent,
Yeah, like
so you
how
have
we
to see
speak it.
how, yeah. So
Same
you have
way.
to know, yeah, you have to know how people are using those recommended percentages in recipes
Right.
for you.
Yeah, but I mean, for
Decide.
the beginner, it's a good thing to have at least a parameter, at least like an average percentage. And also, Graham was saying if we were making free market research for BCC.
I mean,
And in fact, one of the things I really like about BCC is that people want to improve. They ask a lot of members of the community how they could improve their website, and that's huge.
yeah,
It is.
there's no intention behind us. This is just a conversation that we're trying to have. But if somebody did want to take this and run with it, and what people say in the chat is obviously important too, and that can help make things better, it's a win-win, because this is just stuff that we honestly want. I wish that all the flavors could get better. I kind of shitting on all of them right now, but I wish that somebody would take the criticism from the community and make the best possible calculator for everybody.
Mhm.
I mean, if they want to take this as free market research, fucking go ahead. I wish they would, because I'd love to see, people implement some of these features that are really important to people.
Yeah.
For sure.
love to
Yeah,
see
and
it,
for
I,
sure.
I think that there are a lot of features that could be added based on how the community really works. Not the lonely guy, not lonely, not the single guy mixing in their house. Yeah, lonely. is
You're
another
really
one.
beating them
But
down.
I mean,
You piece of shit.
yeah, I mean those that are part of the community.
Yeah.
How you could interact with others in that website, like for example, sharing the stash easily. If I could show you what my stash is and you could show me yours,
Well, all the
or we
flavors
could
used to.
build a recipe, or we could build a recipe based on what the three of us share,
Yeah, like a
which
work in
flavorings the
progress.
three of us has,
Like if you get
Well,
add
no,
I think-
people.
like a stash between the three of us. Okay,
Right.
we are only going to use what the three of us have. That's not hard to make.
It's hard for we've done that, and that's a fucking pain when it's us. But when it's other people, if you here's a feature I would love if it was implemented on anything. If you could have a recipe where everybody was working on it, like how we use Notion,
Mhm.
and everybody can update it and see it in real time. I know that's asking a
Oh.
little much, but if that could happen where you could add people to a project, like say how ELR has folders, I love that idea. But if you could have
That's so good.
like a project space, and you could add certain people to that group and still work on it. Like that'd be great for our premium people.
Like Google Docs works, like
Yeah.
where you could even have a timeline where
Yeah.
you can see the changes you made over time. Oh, that would be
If
fantastic.
if
If
Trello and
that's
Notion can
something
do it,
that I would pay for.
oh, for sure. I would totally pay for that.
You know.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Absolutely.
I love that's
Yeah,
why I
because
love Notion.
that way you could have a single recipe. Okay, my problem is when I work in a recipe, I really work in a recipe for a client, for a one shot, or for personal use, but I really want to make that recipe really good. I end up having, I don't know, maybe 30 versions of that recipe. So I have 30 single recipes, right?
Right.
So when I want to see what I did in a particular time or something, I have to go through all of them
Right.
because I don't. When what you say, you could have it in a single. You could have a strawberry milkshake, and see all the steps that you did, all the changes you made in a singular place.
Yeah,
It's
like a timeline.
Yeah.
it's like when you're doing like Photoshop, music production, video editing, any stuff like that, where you have that
Yeah.
as a layout and everything, and you can kind of see what you did, and you can have that space. I mean, I would love if somebody did that. That would be so beneficial to like what we do, and the people that are on the subreddit Discord, they do that all the time too. We do that
Yep.
in our private chat with the members and everything. I mean, that'd be awesome to be able to do that. Just add people to like a certain group, like a workspace or whatever, and being able to adjust certain things and adapt them for other things. And then you have like the comment section. Basically, like if they can integrate half of what Notion can do, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's going pretty deep into the mixing. Like if you're in the mixing profession, you know.
Yeah.
So that's I mean that's not really an important feature for your average mixer, but that's something that people could do where they could have like different tiers of subscriptions
Yeah.
and stuff. I mean, I would definitely pay for that for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
100%.
if they had like the base model how it was, like if VC Calc was the way it was, but they updated certain things, and then they had a paid version and it had that, game over. I would totally switch
Yeah.
over, but it'd have to feel
And
like
for
all
me,
the flavors.
I would pay for a feature where it's more like a commercial. You know, the commercial software used to in a company to manage the stash. I need to have a system where I can have the flavors, the flavorings I have, the amount I have, the price. I have a minimum and a maximum, right?
Yeah,
Something that tells me when I have sugar cookie. Okay, I want you to tell me when I'm 10%, 10 ml or lower, so I can place an order and make that order. Okay, I'm gonna order what flavorings I'm in the lower value that I put for that flavoring. Just
yeah,
create the order. That's it. I don't have to go through all my flavorings. Or what I do right now is when I know that I'm running out of a flavoring, I put it in like a basket. That are my flavorings I have to reorder. That's
it's a pain
that
in
could
the
be
ass.
in the yeah.
Yeah, that's
That could be in
that's pretty complex because I mean, basically it would have to take all of the recipes that you create, the percentages that you use, the volumes that you made, and figure that into compare it to what you put into as your starting volume of that particular flavor. Which I
yeah.
mean, that's not that. It's just math, but
No,
but
but
still,
wait. All the flavors has that feature
yeah,
where
but does
every
it
time you
work?
make you mix a recipe, it subtracts that amount from your stash.
Yeah,
But it doesn't tell you, hey, you are running out of this flavoring.
Mhm.
You can be
yeah.
in
There's no
zero and
notification.
keep mixing. No.
Yeah,
No.
you want some kind of an alert or something.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's another thing. I don't care if it has any integration on my phone. It doesn't matter for that. I if it was a website, it's fine. I don't care about that, but it'd be great where you could have messages or alerts or whatever stuff like that, or like even like all the flavors doesn't even have like an inbox. Like well, they do, but it doesn't. It's not like oh you got a review on this or whatever. Anybody sending messages on all the flavors? Why is it even there if it doesn't do that?
I get a few
I don't know.
messages every once in a while.
I've had
Yeah,
a cou-
but
I've
I
had a
mean,
couple.
it's
like,
not a it's not a messaging. It's not a messenger service.
right, right.
Something you use, and it would be great to integrate the community, even if you could follow the mixers you like, and they are shown in the main in the homepage. You see first those that you follow, like in Instagram or whatever. You know that you see those that you follow first. So if you are interested in knowing when Max releases a recipe, you get a notification every time he does.
Yeah, which they do that, but they don't do it really well.
Mm-hmm.
Graham said, "What if it just ordered itself? Like I don't like you mean like on accident? I mean that would be fucked up.
No, it would just have to send you a notification. Okay, that you're low in this.
Yeah.
Order this,
Yeah,
or maybe just like a monthly readout. Okay, you need to start ordering these.
it gives you.
You know, and have them listed.
You get an invoice from VC Calc. It's like, dude, why did it buy so many things? I'm going in debt. What the fuck?
But I do think that VCC is really stepping up to the plate. Grubby has done a fabulous job on this website. I really like what he's doing. I like the fact that he's open to suggestions. I really, and I've said this many times, but I really love the custom the way you can customize your description by putting in all types of links, media. You can change the font, you can change the color of the background. I mean, you can make it as pretty as you want, which is I think is nice. And they also have a feature where you have like your own page where you can tell a short description of yourself, have all your links to all of your social media and stuff like that. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Too. I really like that.
That would be, that's interesting.
All right, guys, you want to talk about this thumbprint?
Oh yes. Let me open the recipe.
I gotta grab it. Cranberry Thumbprint. This was
Gosh, this was mixed up.
This is an older recipe. This one was kind of a tasking recipe, wasn't it?
I don't. Let me. It's public. Yes.
It's like I don't think we've ever done any almond recipe before, so that was kind of like the.
No, and the problem we had is that I didn't have a toasted almond, Capella toasted almond.
Oh yeah.
I still don't have it.
Yeah, TFA is garbage. Get Capella.
Yeah.
Anybody who's going for that kind of a profile, and well, I don't want to tell everybody everything, but there's a lot of interesting shit that you can do with it. I've worked it into recipes in a lot of interesting ways. Obviously, you could do it in tobaccos, and that's people who use TFA, you'd be so much more surprised because TFA is a little dirty. It kind of tastes like
burnt more than toasted.
Like burnt paper towels. Like
okay, that's very specific.
Yeah, I get that kind of a note from it, like a burnt paper towel.
Do you burn paper towels often?
Every once in a while on accident, very present. Yeah, the problem.
What is amazing about this recipe is the the use of cranberry with sweet corn. That's fantastic.
That was your idea, right? Not Chef?
Max.
Whoa.
Idea.
What's that?
I think it was your idea, Max.
It was. Let's get that out the way.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. That just seemed right to me in the beginning, because I was like, because Flavor Cranberry is really good. I know a lot of people are talking about this new cranberry jam. A lot of people got a little uptight about that because they didn't have it. We didn't have it in the recipe. We made this recipe before it even came out.
Yeah, it wasn't its thing.
So,
yeah.
Oh god.
Uh-oh.
Okay, bye, Max. Bye, Max.
I think Max's camera just went out.
Yeah. Oh, the battery. Right.
Change the battery.
Oh my god, it's so
I better
amateur.
check mine.
So amateur. So fired. What was he saying? Oh, about that this was recorded like 2 months ago, so we had to do it with what we had available. And even if it was available, I wasn't going to get it by then.
Yeah, it's like a 6 or 8 month wait for your flavors now, ain't it?
Yeah, it's a long time. Yeah. I have a
Yeah,
picture that it's coming in a ship, in a canoe.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
so we first started out trying to use Wonder Flavors almond cookie. Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Weird stuff was happening with it.
Yeah, it was like it was dry or something, right?
It was dry and it was muddled. We weren't getting anything.
We weren't getting enough almond from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no almond.
No.
That's
no.
I don't think I gotta zoom in.
A little bit. How did we got the almond? We increased the FA almond. And I think the last thing we did was adding flavor caramel.
Well, we
right.
Actually we used the Wonder Flavors cookie up until the very last version, and we just took it out and put in 2% almond, FA almond.
Right.
Which we tried the caramel before we changed the almonds, I believe, and that sold that like texture of the cookie.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, because it was too soft. The cookie was too soft, and caramel gave it like that cooked baked vibe.
I have gotten so many messages about what's up with Flavor Caramel. I can't remember who recently just messaged me, but they were asking me. I think it was I'm not gonna say because I don't remember. But
was it Rugley?
I don't remember. I think it was Bruno something.
Bruno Serra?
Yeah, I think it was. I think so. Anyway, they were asking me why it was so important for cookies, because I stressed that to Mallory, and when we were doing this recording, that it's an essential ingredient when you're trying to make a cookie, because a lot of these cookies might be dark, they might be blonde, they might be buttery, they might be crunchy, but they're all missing any kind of a brown sugar note, and cookies rely on that blend of white sugar and brown sugar, and you can kind of see that there's white sugar involved, but you don't get that brown sugar note, which is so important to a cookie, because that's
and it's the right brown sugar for cooking. It's the right brown sugar for cooking.
You can't,
don't be fooled by the name. It's not caramel, it's brown sugar.
Right. It's like, if you were to try to get away with using TPA or something, it's going to ruin the texture. Where
it's a good brown sugar, TPA. It's not about brown sugar.
It's okay,
but not for this application.
Yeah, it's just not as clear as this one is. Like, and what's the other one? Does Inawera have a good brown sugar?
They have an excellent brown sugar, but I think that it's been discontinued. I'm not sure about that, but
and
I think it has.
One-on-One, I think, has a brown sugar, but I don't think it's as good.
They do. I haven't tried.
There's really no sup. If you're trying to make a good cookie or a chocolate chip cookie or something like that, they rely on brown sugar. Look at any recipe.
I think this is something we talked in deep when we made the recipe with members. one of the Q&As that we made at Recipe Members. It's something that we talked there.
Well,
And
Mallory wanted help
we
with
end
her
up
raspberry
doing-
one.
Yeah.
And it helped both. It helped the raspberry, and it helped. She said no matter what she did, she couldn't get the bakery to come out. I said add her 1/4% of flavor. I actually made a sentence when I talked to her. So I said add a 1/4% of Flavora caramel, and it made it the whole difference to her.
How much money do you get from Flavora?
I fucking wish that they would pay me for fucking pushing the
Native?
Flavora caramel and native and sweet
Native,
and smoky.
yeah.
Fuck.
Flavora sweetness.
Well,
Don't forget sweetness.
that's just kind
That
of
was more
you
you.
more.
Yeah.
Well, but if you make money, we all make money. Are you going to get the money just for yourself? If Flavora says, okay, you're promoting Flavora caramel, I'm going to give you this money. It's going to be just for yourself, not for developed? Okay.
I mean, I feel like I'd probably take the money, yeah. And I wouldn't share it.
You wouldn't tell us, even.
Oh no. Why would I tell you?
You piece of shit.
But you'd start seeing a lot more Flavora pop up in recipes, and you'd probably catch on. So, no, but I would totally lie. Okay,
My
so
God. What do we have going on? What else?
I was just gonna just say something about
Yeah.
the cranberry and the sweet currant too. We
Yeah.
touched on it just a bit, but I think that is the perfect combination for that jelly. I'm going to try to take that and try to make some kind of like jelly like jelly donut. Take those that same thing, because to me that's what it tastes like. It tastes like that jelly inside of a jelly donut.
I tried sweet currant with strawberry gummy candy, trying to make a strawberry filled donut.
Mhm.
It didn't work.
Yeah.
Really?
It didn't work.
And I also used that trick in a recipe where I have cherries,
Oh yeah,
and it works.
yeah.
Cherries with cranberries and sweet currant is a good mix.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I was trying to do the because sweet currant can change a red berry really well, and black currant can change a darker berry really well. Even if you want to bend it into the other direction, if you want to change a dark berry into a redder berry, or vice versa, you just use the opposite. Use black currant to make something a little bit darker, and use sweet currant to make something a little bit more red.
But
works
black currant,
amazing.
you're talking FA?
Oh yeah, I haven't
Okay.
really I haven't had much luck with Flavora, but I mean, if they want to pay me, then I would say I've had unbelievable luck over Flavor Art. I mean, 9 times out of 10, it's the one that you want to use. But other than that,
maybe Flavor Art will send you some money.
yeah.
And that's yours. That's yours. We want that money.
Well,
I want any money. I have Argentinian pesos, so any money is good for me. You can send me a chicken if you want.
I'll get you a new saddle for your
Are you drinking a mate? What are you drinking, man?
water.
Kombucha. That's kombucha.
That's kombucha, right?
It's so clear. It's water.
Why are you using the straw we use for mate? You know what a mate is?
No.
MATE? No?
No. What's that?
Never saw a mate? It's like you have a glass. Sorry, this is a car. It's usually a wooden cup. You put yerba mate. It's like, how do you explain it?
don't know.
It's like herbs inside, and you have one of those straw with a filter at the bottom, and you add hot water, and you drink it, and you keep adding hot water and drinking it.
Well,
It's an infusion. It's like-
there's no filter on it, but Hunter likes these fucking stupid straws. And honestly, the reason why I drink out of mason jars is because I break every cup, and these don't seem to break. She has like so many wine glasses. She had like so many wine glasses, the stemless ones, and I swear those things break way too easily. I broke like 12 of them already. Never broke a mason jar before, and I'm clumsy, so this is what I use. That's
Let me
my
send you
reason.
something.
Is this what you can I show this?
You could if you want. That's a mate, and that's your ex-president.
I'm not gonna show this.
Okay, don't do it.
It doesn't give anybody any kind of information.
No. It was up for you, man.
Oh, okay. Well, I've never seen it before. It fucked up my thing when I opened the chat. That's another problem. We could shit on Zoom too if you guys want us to not just shit on.
Oh,
Cowboys.
yeah.
We have to do a show about that. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, for
God,
sure.
it's so bad. There's so many things that just fucking piss me off with Zoom.
It's the worst, best thing that we can use, though.
Yeah, it's true.
And we tried you guys tried like a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's honestly, Discord is probably the best looking one, but it's gonna kill your CPU and you have to do everything manually. So it's like,
And it doesn't really have the right kind of speaker for you, right?
no, it doesn't. I wish that like you could move stuff around too, or like you could add certain people to the view. These are easy things, and I don't know why people don't do it.
We need to start a software company and do all of it.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey, Bezos and Bryson and Everett, pay me. We got ideas. we have a new podcast coming out too.
No, we don't.
No,
we
we
don't
don't.
have a new podcast.
Yes,
We don't have it. Guys, we don't have a new podcast, okay?
Yes, we do.
Don't trust Max.
It's coming out pretty soon.
We don't have a new podcast.
Yeah, we do. You wait and see. We're gonna have. I'm gonna sneak an episode out. I'm gonna just record you one time.
No, don't do that.
Yeah.
That's dangerous, man.
Yeah, well, and I'm not gonna cut anything either.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Hey,
All right.
what are we okay, we may go on a show next week.
Oh yeah.
I want to
forgot
thank
about
I'm going to say his name wrong. Capia. And they have a channel in Brazil. It's in Portuguese. It's called DM Labs, I think. We are probably going to share a live show with them next week. We don't know the day yet, but we may promote it on social media. So we will be speaking Portuguese.
No, you told me.
Eu falo
because
português.
I can't speak Brazil.
Você fala português?
I don't como te llamas, motherfucker. I don't know.
see?
Playa.
Bye. I'll be doing it from the beach. I don't fucking know.
Oh god.
I can't speak Brazil.
They're
Now
not
we're going
gonna
to
be
do it in
able to
English.
understand me for sure. I know.
Nobody understands
way.
you.
I know that.
I,
But it'll
We're
be,
just
it'll
good
be
at-
even worse.
people are just good at guessing at this point. That's all that it is.
You are really good at guessing,
Yes.
especially you, Max.
That's gonna be
when
a
I
new
try to
segment on the podcast. Everybody, we're gonna fucking put it out there, and you guys just subscribe to it. It's gonna be great.
When I try to say something, and I'm saying the most ridiculous word for it, and I try to gesture with my hands. It's that thing with you have like a white with a red, and you go tacos.
Soap dispenser.
Yes, that's it. It was like, what the fuck? How do you guess that?
I don't know. It's like my superpower, understanding whatever the fuck you're trying to say.
You are the perfect charades mate, like Pictionary mate.
Only
You are
f-
the perfect guy for that.
Only for you. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't think I would be able to do that with other people.
you know why? You know why? We're
Yeah.
meant for each other.
I know.
Yeah.
It's really cute. right, guys. Everybody, look out for that new podcast.
No.
Look out for the episode that we're gonna be doing. That the Brazil one. Do we have a link for that?
It's not an episode. It's no. What do you mean?
The
The recipe we made?
live show, the stream that we're gonna do.
Oh no, we don't have a link yet.
Okay, well,
Oh, we have a link for the channel. Yes, we do.
yeah, put that in there. Yeah, that's what I meant. Words.
Okay,
Add
go
it to-
subscribe to this channel. It's in Portuguese, but give them a hand.
Yeah, check it out. It's not. This one's not going to be in Portuguese, so that's what I was told.
We have to tell Ari to need to stop. Okay.
No, he's the best.
He's the best. No, you don't have to stop. That was a particular thing. Never mind. Max, where can they find our one shots?
Wait, guys, we have a couple announcements to make.
We do.
I think next week we're taking
You're
off.
pregnant. Oh yes.
Right?
Yeah, because Nasha, Foco
Why?
is going to be having a baby.
Yes. Mhm.
You have like something next week? What?
Thanksgiving's next week.
Yeah, man. Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Now, Chef, are you gonna have a big turkey and stuffing and everything
No.
for your Thanksgiving?
We're going to be airing our.
I'm basically a pilgrim. I'm on the other side of the celebration.
That's when our new podcast should come out next week. Next Thursday.
No,
No podcast.
never.
Yes.
No podcast. Max.
Break my heart.
Also, I believe this coming Tuesday we're having our Q&A with our platinum members. Is that right?
That is true. That is
Yes.
correct.
Yeah.
That is correct. And this
All you
time,
fancy
if
boys
we
and
don't
girls.
fuck up, we may do something special with them that you will be able to see. Maybe.
Yeah, I'll probably
Don't fuck up again.
Maybe.
Probably ruin it. All right, guys. Let's show the website. Bam. All right. All the content goes up here. You can see our ugly mugs right here doing this show. All the last recipes that we've put out. All the shows that we're going to be doing. Next, when we come back, what are we doing?
Mixing?
We doing interactive mixing or? I don't remember.
I
to
don't remember.
Well, we're gonna.
Yeah, we have something.
We'll
Yeah.
post something out there because I don't remember. Things get confusing when we skip a week. You check out the membership, the 2 tiers that we have to offer. The Q&A is only for the platinum members. So if you want to get in on those episodes and those hijinks, then you got to get the platinum. Also, you get the,
Max, we didn't, I don't know why, we didn't talk about the Among Us game that we had last week.
that's exclusive content for the podcast we're doing on Thursday.
No, it's not.
We also have the diner line. Yes, we are. Diner line available at flavorjungle.com. You can check that out. And we have the legacy line at chefsflavors.co.uk. Boom. Boom.
Go check them out.
Check them out. All right, guys.
Mike is saying awesome cookies on the new showcast.
What?
Okay, never mind.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
Me neither.
All right, guys.
Okay.
It's been fun. It's been a good time. We will see you on Thursday
pretty
next
fun.
week with that new podcast. We're going to have a great
Guys,
time.
we're not going to see each other for like, I know. I'll see you Tuesday. Fuck you.
Yeah, we'll still see you. We're doing the Q&A.
Yeah.
We're going to see everybody. It's going to be great.
Yeah. I know. Okay, shut up.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, till then, we'll see you guys live the following Thursday. Be there or be square. All right?
Don't be square.
Don't be square. Be a circle. All right. Bye,
See ya.
guys.
Bye-bye.
Where's my outro?